Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Social Doctor, and this is Dr. Ayushi. The Social Doctor is a platform for the doctors by the doctors, where we are on a mission to help each and every doctor with his or her career growth. And we do that by discussing journeys, experiences, and knowledge from successful medical practitioners. And today we have Dr. Manu Mathur with us. She, being an experienced implantologist, is here to tell us about her journey. How did she become one, and how did she achieve the success that she has achieved in her journey? Welcome, doctor, to the platform. It's really nice to have you here.
Thank you, Dr. Ayushi. Thank you for your welcoming words, and I'm really glad to be here.
Yes, yes. So let's, without any further delay, let's start with your journey. How did it roll over from starting?
So after doing graduation, I started practicing in multiple private clinics, both in my hometown and then here in Bangalore. And for a few years, I was doing general dentistry. But there was a passion inside to go a step ahead and do something else. And there are multiple options available, but I was a little bit more inclined towards surgical things. So that's how I chose implantology.
Okay, glad to know about this. So now, when you say implantology, what exactly is dental implantologist, and what is the scope right now in the market with implantology?
See, doctor, any graduate or postgraduate doctor, any BDS or MDS degree holder can become an implantologist by doing a few good courses which are available in market these days. So many PG certifications and fellowships that provide you with thorough knowledge of implantology. So once you are done with any of these courses, you can be an implantologist. You be a graduate or postgraduate doesn't really matter.
Okay, glad to know that. So now, how is the market changing when it comes to an implantologist? Because you have been practicing since around 10 years. How do you see the market evolving for an implantologist till now?
See, talking about the clinical scenario and the patient mindset, some 10 to 15 years back, implants was not much into scene, and patients were mostly getting those RPDs or FPDs done with most of the doctors. But in past few years, implant have become the talk of the town when it comes to our dental fraternity because it's a recent advancement. Yet one of the latest technologies that we are following in dentistry is implants. And the kind of patient experience is there in implants, any kind of RPD and FPD can definitely not give that.
Definitely. That's so true. So now, what are the certifications and the courses that you just mentioned that can help a doctor, a BDS or an MDS to go to become an implantologist in India currently?
In India, see, these days, every state is providing some or the other kind of certification through their own universities. Like if you talk about PGs, there are three kinds of courses basically. One is a PG certification course, one is a fellowship, and then there are few diploma degrees over here. So PG certifications are given by multiple universities in Karnataka, even few private universities in Haryana and Rajasthan are also giving. Very well-known universities like Mahe are also giving their PG certifications to doctors.
Okay.
And there are regular courses as well as module-based courses
Hmm.
in these certifications. So for regular courses, like you have to attend 9 to 4 college, like we used to attend for our BDS and MDS,
Hmm.
and you have to go through theory and practical classes. You are given certain like quota that these many implants you're supposed to place within this year, and they teach you both surgical and prosthetic part of it. Then you have to go through university exam, theory, practical, everything. Like
Hmm.
even you have to stay for 1 month in or surgery department, prostho and perio for your training. You have to be there. And then there are module courses.
Okay. So what do you mean by module courses? How is the module courses? How does the module courses work?
Module courses, either they give 1 year course or 2 year course, and it's not like a regular course where you have to go to the college on daily basis. So it's a very good option for those who are either pursuing their PG or who have already job going on, or they have their dental clinics of their own, so they cannot shut down their clinics or stop doing their PG and join a regular course. For such people, these modules work really great because they divide their course in 6 to 7 modules. Okay, every with a gap of 2 to 3 months, they plan a module, and one module is for 2 to 3 days. So you go to the college, you go to the university, and you read for 2 to 3 days, and then again there's a gap of 2 to 3 months. So along with your practice and your PG, you can manage these courses. Even DY Patil is providing these kind of courses. Fellowship is there in DY Patil, yeah.
Okay, glad to know that. So actually, Dr. Suruchi is asking, ma'am, which is the best college to go for such courses?
See, as of now, I think every state is providing these kind of courses. So, talking of the best, we can say there are few. This Mahi is definitely the best, and there are few very good colleges in South India, like Ramaya Dental College. Ramaya, it's a deemed university now, and DY Patil. These are definitely one of the greatest university. But if you don't want to move out, then you can look for a local university. Every state is having a dental university, and under that university, I'm sure some or the other kind of course will be available. So you can like stay home and get a degree over there.
Okay. That's nice to know.
And all these degrees, no, they're recognized throughout the country. So you can do a degree from wherever you are, and then you can go and practice anywhere in India.
So now when you mention about all of these courses and certifications, what I understand, there are some training programs also being given by the implant companies as well. Because as a dentist, I understand that because when they launch any of the implants, any company, they give that basic training to all of the practicing doctors. So how is it really important for those going for these courses, or is it okay to go to do these these trainings only?
See, the companies which are providing these courses will talk only about their particular brand. Correct. Apart from their brand, they'll not teach you any other thing. But if you go through these certifications and fellowships, you will get wider perspective of what is happening all around you. If a company is offering only two-piece implant, they will not teach you what is single-piece implant. But if you are undergoing a fellowship or certification program, you can learn definitely more. If you go through a company course, definitely you're going to learn, but then with only you will be able to deal with only those kind of implants. That will be one difference.
Yes, I completely agree with this. So after doing these courses, is it that you are also being preferred at some places? For example, you just mentioned that there are many colleges where there are PG diploma courses. So there are separate departments for implantology also. So are you being, is there a possibility that people can apply for, for lecturers or anything? Does this help?
See, this scene differs from college to college, university to university. There are few colleges where they don't have a separate department of implantology, and they practice it under either perio or prostho, or in some places under surgery. But there are few colleges where there's a separate department of implantology as well. So in such colleges, if you apply, then definitely and I think it's interview based. The selection is interview based. So you can tell them that I have done my implantology degree, implantology course through this institute, or I have a fellowship certification from here, and you can apply for a position over there. If there's a vacancy, then they'll definitely take you in, because this is what they want, right?
Okay. So now, understanding definitely this part of job opportunity, what are the other kind of job opportunities that people can look for after these courses? Is there an opportunity in tier 2, tier 3 towns as well?
See, in recent times, a very good thing has happened for especially the freshly pass out dentists. There are a lot of these corporate dental chains have come in market. And these chains, they have like creeped into even small towns and cities of India. Small towns and cities also, you will see some or the other corporate dental chains. And they would like to offer as much as possible to their patients, because they have to, prove themselves against senior doctors practicing in market. So they would like their doctors to do everything. And in such places, to such corporates, if you apply with the implant degree, then definitely they're going to prefer you over other doctors who don't have a knowledge about implants, who are not well trained in implants. You will definitely get a preference with a implantology degree and knowledge.
Mhm. That's nice to know. In fact, we have got one more question from Dr. Suruchi. She's asking that what is good, PG certification course or diploma course?
Depends upon from where you are doing, one thing. Second thing, PG diploma, I think PG certification courses will be a little better than the diploma course. And as far as I know, these diploma courses are mostly offered by organizations like Indian Society of Oral Implantologists, ISOI, and International Congress of Oral Implantologists, ICOI. And these organizations provide you with diplomas only when you have a basic implantology degree and you're already practicing it.
Okay.
So then then you can go for their fellowship, mastership, or diplomate.
Okay. Okay. Glad to know about this. So now if somebody wants to go for certifications and courses outside India,
Hmm.
what are the good places to do that?
There are a lot of good universities in Germany and US. There, like everywhere, there are universities offering courses, but there are some good courses being offered in Frankfurt, and there are some more than 10 universities in US offering that.
Mm.
And the good part is that most of these universities, they do module-based practice, and they offer both online and on-campus courses.
Okay. Okay.
And they are online for their online courses also. Like there are some 6 to 7 months courses. So the theory classes you attend online, and for the hands-on program, which will be there, will be there maybe like a part of 2 or 3 modules. You'll have to fly to the university, stay there for a few days, and then attend the hands-on, give their exam, and then fly back.
Mm.
So there are some good universities, and I think in Frankfurt, then there is one good college in London.
Mm.
All these colleges, even Harvard is providing a very good implantology course.
Mm. Great. So this way, you get to understand the different ways of working internationally also if you intend to.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Even in UAE, also there is one college, the London School of Dentistry, I guess. So
Mm.
they also provide a very good course, and once you are through the course, then you are certified to practice implantology, across UAE.
Okay, that's another very nice thing to know. Okay, so understanding about practicing international also, and how do you see the future of implantology now? If you have done all of these courses and everything, do you think that this is something big thing coming up that every dentist should do, or it's okay if people just take it easy?
Definitely, Dr. Ayushi, implantology is the current present and the future of dentistry, because gone are the times when people used to like neglect the functionality of their teeth, and they used to they never used to take the aesthetics and looks very seriously. Now even in small places, small cities, even elderly people, they want a proper function and they want good looks. So, combining both aesthetics and functionality, implant is the only thing which can offer you both. We can't expect a RPD giving and a FPD giving that kind of function and aesthetics ka combination what an implant can offer. So definitely it is the future
Correct.
for sure.
Correct. So now, if you mention that, and if somebody, if a BDS does any PG certification course, what are some tips that you have followed for settling down your practice as an implantologist? Some tips and tricks, some hacks for the dentists to establish themselves as an implantologist.
That's a very good question, actually, doctor. So I would like to divide this tricks wala part into two portions. I would like to give all the practicing implantologists two kind of tips. One is pre-procedure and then post-procedure. So what you should do before the procedure and what you should take care after the procedure. So pre-procedure tricks, I'll say the very first point is Whenever you see an edentulous space and you think of replacing it with an implant, never only discuss with the patient about the implants. A patient has got all the rights to know about what is an RPD, what is an FPD, what is an implant, the price involved, the kind of procedure.
Hmm.
So you should inform them all and then tell the pros and cons.
Correct.
First thing, so that even a patient will be confident that he is going for the right procedure, and in future also no one can misguide that you went for a wrong procedure because he'll have a proper knowledge of it. Second thing that I would like to mention, while counseling the patient, well, while consulting the patient, always mention about the failures as well. Never ever overpromise. Always tell the facts and tell the patients, like, very frankly. I always do that, that there is none of the medical or dental procedure which is like 100% successful all the time. There are chances of 1 to 2% failure of every procedure, because we don't know how their bodies are going to react to anything. So, before going, it sounds a little weird that before starting the procedure, we are talking about the failures, but you'll understand the importance of it once anything goes wrong with the patient. So, patient should be mentally prepared before the procedure that yes, failures do happen. Okay. Then another thing is post procedure, what we should do. And one more thing, yeah, we should try to keep, because there's some surgical things involved over here. So I would advise all the doctors to try to keep these cases in morning as much as possible. Try to schedule your implant cases in the morning. I do that with impaction cases as well, because in the morning a patient, I feel, is more physically and mentally in a way to accept any procedure than in later in the evenings.
Correct.
And post procedure, one very important point is, tell your procedure, the post-op instructions in short to the patients orally, but always give in detail post-op instructions in written to the patient. If you can give a printout, then it is even better, because what happens immediately after procedure, no patient is not in a position to absorb whatever you say. So they will definitely miss on points and they will end up making some or the other mistake. So once they have things in written, no, they can go back home and refer. Even their family can read and take better care of them. And once the procedure is done, then 24 hours later, the procedure, a personal call from doctor to the patient is a must, is what I feel. Once they hear a hello from their doctor, their pain is all gone.
Yes.
So my post procedure, this follow up protocol is 24 hours, then 1 week, then 6 months, and then 1 year. So later on, follow ups of 6 months, 1 year, everything can be done either by your assistant or front office. But the 24 hours follow up should be done by you personally. It makes a lot of difference in patient's life.
Correct.
And when patient comes back after 1 week, for a follow-up checkup, then do advise them water flosser. It's highly recommended. I always advise water flosser to all my patients because it will help them maintain their implant and prosthesis for long run. It's really effective tool. And the last and the most important 5-star point I would like to say is, never give a prosthesis according to the implant that you have placed. First plan your prosthesis and then place your implant according to the prosthesis. If you will first place an implant and then give a prosthesis, then you will never be able to give a good or perfect occlusion to the patient. Long-term success you will get only if you plan your prosthesis first and then place an implant, plan your case according to the prosthesis. At the end of the day, patient is coming you for their teeth and not for the implants.
That's true. Thank you so much for such nice 5-pointer, clear direction to help to establish and to give a better patient satisfaction as an implantologist. So now after understanding all of the journey as an implantologist, what is a motivational quote from your end that has kept you motivated always, as a doctor and further, with your studies and everywhere?
See, from the very beginning, I like doing surgical more rather than the delicate procedures. So that's how I got inclined towards implantology. And it really gives me happiness when someone, especially the youngsters, elders, they have no I feel they have less expectation, and they have somewhere in their mind that dentures they will be able to manage. But I really feel good, especially when I'm able to do a good case with the youngsters, because they are in a very sad and depressive mode that, oh, they have lost something, maybe because of congenital anomaly, or if there is a retained deciduous tooth, or some major accident with the young generation guys, and giving them long span bridges and RPD is definitely not a good idea. So
Correct.
when you do such cases and restore their smiles, and the kind of happiness they get, that keeps you also going. Giving happiness to your patients keeps you further going. That yes, we are doing something good, and we are able to bring back like smile to so many faces.
Correct. Correct. That's so true. That resonates with each and every doctor, I believe.
Yeah, true. Ultimately, at the end of the day, once if our patients are happy, we'll be happy.
Correct, correct, correct. Glad to know about your entire journey and how did you, evolve as an implantologist. And especially thank you so much for guiding the upcoming, implantologists in the right direction, dentists who want to pursue the dental implantology, helping them find their way in the right direction. Thank you so much for being here right now and guiding us at this time. And thank you so much, everyone, for being with us at this time. And I'm sure this discussion must have been fruitful for you in and giving you a clarity if you want to pursue an implantology course and want to become an implantologist. Do share it with your friends and colleagues. I'm sure this will be helpful for them also if they are looking for any guidance to become an implantologist.
Thank you, Dr. Ayushi. It was great to be here with you. All the best to the social doctor. You're really doing a great job.
Thank you so, so much. You know, and actually, you know, Dr. Anant is just saying that I have learned single piece implants from Dr. Manu. I'm sure, there are people talking about you in a positive sense in the chat boxes. You are really famous that way. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Do follow us on our Instagram and YouTube pages as well. You may find all our old videos there, which can also help you with your career growth. Also, do reach out to us if you're looking for any kind of guidance. We will try our best to get through those topics and give you the exact kind of information that you want about it. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Manu.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, have a great day
Great,
tomorrow.
Jay.
Yes, and
Hopefully this session was useful for some people, at least, especially the youngsters. It might be of some use. I hope so.
definitely, Dr. Manu, it was a really power packed session and a really good knowledge transition session. Thank you so much for this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.